give Flat Earth an even shot. It was biased. I mean,
No, non sequitur isn't biased. They're biased if you fucking break the rules. If you come in and you're just not prepared like you're supposed to be, yeah, then they criticize you for it. But no, throughout the whole debate, Steve and whatever, they basically stayed out of it. Unless it was Sean Hufford was one of the moderators. Yeah, he's biased. But I don't like non sequitur when it's not Steve or Kyle moderating. I do not like it. Because anybody else who moderates on that thing does not know how to fucking moderate a debate at all. They don't know how to keep their fucking mouth shut.
And even Red's Rhetoric and Sean Hufford are good friends. You could tell they talk about doing things together. So here,
yeah, okay, it was Sean Hufford. It was probably Sean Hufford and fucking Jared moderating it.
you have the judge and the defense are on the same team, which of course is fine. I mean, this is the world we live in. Judges have to have a side too. And in this case, Sean chose the Globe side because that resonated with him. And there is no problem with that. That's all.
He's not going to choose the Flat Earth side because Flat Earth is a myth. But he shouldn't have chosen a side at all. That wasn't good. That wasn't fine.
Fair. So anyway, what Jaron had to do was maneuver his way between this situation because he's the outsider here. He's the prosecutor and he's all alone in this case, you might say. And I think he did a very fine job.
No, he wasn't the prosecutor. No, Jaron is playing the role of the prosecutor. He has to prove his case. Red's case has already been proven. It's up to Jaron to prove it.
Of using that to his advantage and getting his message across. So anyway, this thing about models.
He looks like a cross between Bill Cosby and the black teacher on room 222. Or the principal on room 222.
See, the heliocentric model has been around forever. So what was Reds really using? He was just using a model that was given to him for I don't know how long.
And proven, and reproven, and confirmed. Yeah, it's been confirmed. It's been proven. 100% been proven.
Basically stating it like he developed it himself.
He's tested it himself. Anybody who's been to school has tested it themselves. That's what you do in school. You learn things, you test those things, you confirm that they're right, and you lock them away.
And now Jaron, knowing that the flat earth does not have a model because the model is the earth itself. See, this is...
No, it's not. Flat earth is not the earth is not the flat earth model, you dumb fuck. See, there you go lying again. He knows that's not right. But he has to lie to preserve his bias. He has to confirm his bias by lying.
It's a concept of flat earth that I really want to bring out. Flat earth is about reality the way it presents itself.
No, it's not. Not one little bit. Not one little bit.
No more, no less.
No, they don't, Tig.
That's it. The only time we ever have a question about this reality is if there is a certain phenomena that arises that makes us go, wow, what was that? Other than...
You mean like the Selenelian and stuff like that happen only on spherical geometry? Or maybe mountains that are supposed to be way, way taller or way, way shorter. think maybe, those unexplained phenomenon, those regular day occurrences that happen that just dumb fucks don't know, can't comprehend. That.
That there is no model. It's just life as we see it. It's
No.
being in the moment and absorbing everything that's around you and living in the moment. If you see something, you see it. If you see a tree, there's a tree.
You're an idiot, dude. See, where he's setting himself up now, like today in the debate that he was in or whatever, on Joe G, he was saying that there's no such thing as a belief system. He doesn't have a belief system. See, this is where he's developing it. I don't have a belief system. I don't believe in things. I experience them.
No math involved, no nothing. If you observe an airplane flying overhead, there's a plane. If you
Wow, that's just about the most simplistic, idiotic view of life I've ever seen.
observe the sun coming overhead and traveling throughout the day and disappearing on the other side, then you see stars at night and they revolve around. It's just all a beautiful thing. See, this is all flat.
This guy's dumber than dog shit, man. This guy just doesn't have a clue about anything that happens around him. And, wow. It's pitiful.
Earth is. We don't want to play that model game. Because if we play the model game, now all of a sudden, we're just like you,
So if you play the model game, you have to present a model and have that model stand up to scrutiny and prove that that model can predict reality. See, that's what a model does. It just isn't like, well, this is a model of a bigger Bic lighter. No, it actually represents what you do. It actually represents what your world does. It lets you predict what's going to happen in the future, like, I don't know, the orbit of Pluto. Shit like that. Lets you predict eclipses and meteor showers. It lets you predict things like that, and it's accurate. That's what a model does. It just isn't, this is my model. It's a round disc with a sun and moon going over it. That's not a model. That's a fucked up representation of what you think the Earth looks like. No, a model actually, it's math, it's physics. It can be represented as a physical, model in 3D. It can be represented as a physical model in reality. But a model is predictive. A model has purpose other than the fact of just describing something.
Assuming, presupposing. Flat Earth is...
That's a cool chair, though. I like that chair. It's like indigo blue with a blue and silver damask pattern on it. That's fucking sharp. I like that chair. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about this guy, but I like that chair.
Not about presupposing. Now, what's happening in these debates is that people are getting caught up and trying to defend and trying to come up with things to prove.
No, we aren't. We're coming out and proving what we already know, and you idiots are coming along proving how fucking stupid you are. It's not a debate. It's never a debate. It's always just a tutorial session with students that don't want to learn.
One of the mistakes that is being made on the flat earth side is that they are trying to come up with experiments based on no observed phenomena. You're simply trying to...
What? Are you fucking crazy? That's all our model is, based on observed reality. That's exactly what the model is. You just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And if you do, you're lying.
Disprove something, and there's no point in that. In our reality, there is nothing to prove or disprove because everything is just the way it is. There's no explanation for it.
This guy's fucking ignorant. Really. There's no explanation for reality. What a ridiculous thing to say for a grown-ass man in the 21st fucking century. Are you kidding me?
Nothing. It's just the way it is. So what I would like to do
He could play O.J. Simpson in a movie.
today is to try to make sure that people in the flat earth understand that there is nothing to prove. We don't have a model.
No, you don't. That's why you can't prove anything.
The earth that we live in reality, is not a model. We don't have to model the sun or the moon or the stars because we have the sun and the moon and the stars. What is the
Okay, what constellations are we going to see 6 months from now? Without looking in a book written by an astronomer, what stars are we going to see in the sky 6 months from now? Bet you can't tell me.
point of modeling it? There is no point to this. And this is what has to be understood.
What a fool.
I blew up the comment sections about modeling. I mean, I'm getting in this back and forth thing with the models, and that's their only trick that they have. That's their whole hand. That's why it was so important to stay on the model.
Yeah, that's the entire thing. The model that represents reality. See, this guy knows that, so he just doesn't believe it. Isn't that convenient?
But what I am trying to make everyone understand is there is no model. You want us to join you in the model game. If we do that...
Yeah, that's what it's called, man. That's the game. When you get in a dick comparison contest and you don't come with a bigger dick, you lose. Plain and simple.
We are just as guilty of presupposing and assuming as you are. And some flat earthers...
No, not at all. We don't presuppose or assume anything. What we believe in has been proven. What you believe in hasn't, and never will be.
Get drawn into that from time to time. Globebusters, F.E. Core, Jaron and these guys, you're trying to prove something that doesn't exist. Only observed...
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to prove flat earth, and flat earth does not exist. Very well said, buddy. Thank you.
Phenomena is real. Trying to prove or disprove something is not real. There's nothing to prove.
What? Trying to disprove or prove something is not real? That's not real? Are you serious? Is this guy shitting me right now? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Nobody can be this dumb. I'm sorry. See, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to come up with his own philosophy, his own paradigm, his own deal, so that others will say, oh man, that guy makes sense, man. I want to follow that guy. That guy is my spiritual leader. my philosophical guru with the hat. But, shit. Just to show there's no hard feelings with hats. Yeah, I like hats too. What the hell? I clicked on something. There we go.
Nothing to prove or disprove. It's just as it is. See, they have a model on a globe side, so they have to prove that. That is the whole crux of the heliocentric system, is that they have a model that has to be proven. That's why.
No, we have a model that has been proven. You don't.
I have this 100% thing going on because I will not accept anything that is not 100%. 99.9999999 is a very neat trick, but it's
No, well, the Earth, the curvature of the Earth, and the fact that it spins at 15 degrees per hour has been proven 100%. So rest assured you're okay there.
just a trick, just like the rest of them, just like David Copperfield. It's the same thing. Copperfield does tricks all the time. Makes people disappear, buildings disappear, but we all know it's an illusion. So the heliocentric model is trying to present an illusion, and it's not working.
No, we're presenting reality, and morons aren't accepting it. That's what's happening.
John, at the end of the debate, said he was very disappointed. You know why he was disappointed? Because he didn't get to play the model game like he wanted to. Reds, at the end of the show, he held his cool all the way till the end, and then he got triggered because he couldn't play the model game. Now, they claimed victory, of course. Jaren.
No, he held his cool throughout the whole thing. And then when it came to his summation, his final words, he fucking let it fly because Jaren deserved every goddamn minute of it. Jaren came unprepared, broke the rules, didn't follow the stipulations of the discussion, came unprepared, came without a model, got the floor cleaned with him, and got told off. Because he's an idiot. He can't prove anything that he says. And you're a fucking dumbass for defending him.
Lost out oh my God, it was so many Jaren lost things going on. But we with open critical minds know what really happened.
You do not have an open critical mind. You have no critical thinking skills whatsoever. And you do not have an open mind. You just put that out of your fucking head right now, dude. You do not have an open critical mind. To say so is a lie.
Last night. Same thing with Nathan on the show he did the other day. Totally obliterated the heliocentric model. Obliterated it. It was just the best performance I'd ever seen. So this is what you guys are up against.
No, Nathan Oakley did not obliterate anything. Nathan Oakley couldn't obliterate a roll of toilet paper with a pressure washer and a bullwhip. Nathan Oakley is a dumb motherfucker. No wonder this guy likes him.
With this model thing. Every time you talk about model, we're going to crash it with the real world. Do you honestly think for 1 second that your model can stand up to the real world?
Yeah, because our model is the real world. Proven. The angles to Polaris prove it. Circular star trails prove it. You're a fucking dumbass, dude.
It can't.
If I was you, I'd fucking hold my phone up and hide my face on my icon, too. I would be embarrassed to be you.
And And that's the whole idea that I'm realizing behind this whole thing. If you can take somebody out of the real world and put them in a model, now you control them because you control the model. You can't control the real earth, so you cannot control anyone who is in tune with said real earth.
Wow, this guy's a lot of projection here.
Am I making any kind of sense here?
No. None.
That's why it's about the model. There is no model. There is no test. There is only the scientific method that if you observe a phenomena, you come up with a hypothesis. That's when you start assuming after you come up with an observed phenomena.
Right. You see something happen. You say, I wonder why that happens. You come up with a hypothesis on why you think it may happen. You test that hypothesis and try and prove that hypothesis wrong. If you can't, you go on to prove why it happens. If you can prove why it happens, you write up a paper. You submit your findings to a publication for peer review. If after the peer review, your peers confirm it, then it becomes a theory. That's reality. Flat Earth is not a theory. Flat Earth can never be a theory because it does not in any way, shape, or form conform to any type of reality that anybody on this earth who's sane could experience. None whatsoever.
Don't come up with you don't come up with an observed phenomena after you pre-assume. It's the other way around.
We don't pre-assume anything. When we look at something, we say, I wonder how that happens. And then, just like I described, that's the process you go through. Now, if the sun comes up tomorrow or tonight, I can pre-assume that the sun's going to come up right over there. I can assume that, and I'll be right. You know why? Because I have a model that predicts that. I'm good.
See, you see something and you go, wow, what caused that? That is the beginning of the scientific method. Now, this is just what I learned from watching people like Jaron and Nathan and these guys, because they...
Well, according to Nathan and Jaron, science isn't science anymore. Since science proves spin and curvature, science isn't science anymore. It's pseudoscience. That's what science is now. Because that's the kind of intellectually dishonest, disingenuous, self-indoctrinated cultist fucks that are on the flat earth side.
Beat that drum to death. And I had to hear it over and over again before it finally dawned on me, yeah, I get that. You have to have the scientific method, period. Observe a phenomena, say, what the heck was that? Come up with an independent variable and my tongue gets tired. You have to have the independent variable and a dependent variable so you can establish cause and effect.
Right.
You can't do that with a model because a model has no observed phenomena in it.
No, it does. The model is not what we observe. The model is the results of our observations. The model that we observe is based on what we've seen in reality. We take observed reality, we plug that into the model, and that's the model. We don't base our reality on the model. The model is based on our reality. No, it's like a funky hat thing. I kind of like it. I like hats.
Now, I'm sure I may be leaving something out here and there. I'm not a major player
Oh, yeah, you are. There's a lot you're leaving out. There's a whole shit ton of stuff you're leaving out, buddy.
in this. I'm the first to tell you, I'm just on the sidelines here. But I wanted to make a point. This is my review of that debate last night.
Hey, check this out. New pillows. Sorry. Those came in the mail today. Really nice. Microfiber fucking polyfill. They're really comfy. I only have one pillowcase with the other one's in the laundry. So I only have a twin bed. I don't need two pillows.
I thought it was a fantastic debate. I thought it was a real win for the real Earth people.
Wow, this guy, I don't know what the hell he was watching. But no, that was a fucking dumpster fire. And all Jaron brought was gasoline.
Forget about flat. Flat is just a term you're throwing on real. We should call it real Earth instead of flat Earth. Because
No, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
defining that Earth is not really necessary. It's the real Earth. I would like to be the first to throw that out there. Let's move forward with the real Earth. You can reference it as flat if you just need to have something to, connect with.
Wow, this guy's dumb. It's not flat, man. It's just not. We can prove that it's not. You can't prove that it isn't. Sorry.
But it's the heliocentric model versus the real Earth. Forget this flat stuff. We observe and we see. What we see is non-curvature. We feel non-rotation. We feel non-tilted. We feel...
Dude, are you serious? You feel non-tilted. You have no idea what that tilt is. You have no fucking concept of what that means at all. He's just dumb trying not to be.
Non-orbiting. We don't feel any of that. We don't see any of that. When we see water, when we see an ocean, we see a lake, we see a river, we see it all as level. Level is not curved. Trying to get those terms.
You think rivers are level? Yeah. Wow. You think the Russian River is level? Think water flowing downhill is level? Really? What an idiot.
All tangled and twisted up. That doesn't work. So I'm going to quit babbling here. I'll continue later if necessary. I don't know how much memory I got going on my phone here. But that's my position on the debate between Red's Rhetoric and Jaron. Thank you very kindly for listening, and I really appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Thank you.
Wow, what a moron.
Hello there, YouTube citizens.
Hello there.
I am making this video because as I was making a video before, my camera decided to cut the video off.
What was it? Oh, hey, no problem. I don't care. You can be drunk as you want. I don't care. Do heroin.
And I didn't really get the last 4 minutes in, but I really wasn't in the mood to do it all over again.
Nah, it doesn't matter. 4 minutes, 4 hours. You just spew the same bullshit. It doesn't fucking matter. Actually, I'm just going through all of his videos. They're only like 8 minutes apiece or something like that. So they're really, they're real short.
So I edited it at a good point and went ahead and uploaded it. The video was about Charles's Civil Discourse, episode 11. I went on that show because he wanted me to talk about why I feel the pseudoscience model that the heliocentrists use is nothing more than a David Copperfield trick.
Number one, it's not pseudoscience. And number two, it's not a trick. Number three, you don't want to hear number three.
So I went on the show, and I may be...
So someone actually wanted him to come on a show and explain things. I think that's a problem right there.
Rehashing some of what I already put in that first video. But anyway, just to recap, I went on the show, and I explained to him my reasons for taking this stance. Now, my reasons for taking this stance is because when I asked...
Your meds ran out?
What is the property of mass that causes it to attract? The answer is, we don't know.
We have a good idea. It's the warping of space-time. The more mass you have, the more that space-time's warped. Now, they don't know why that happens. They've got an idea about that, but yeah, we don't know exactly what gravity is. We have theories, but we don't know exactly what gravity is. It's the one thing that eludes us, but we're getting closer.
Now, the problem that I am having with heliocentrists is that they seem to think that because we don't know, we can just move forward. And you can do that. I said that before. You can do that, but that's called pseudoscience.
No. That's called accepting what we know at present and moving forward trying to find out more about that.
You know, I can have a unicorn and say, I can't verify this.
No, you can't have a unicorn. There's no such thing as unicorns.
Unicorn, but I have it. And all you have to do is say, okay, let's move on. And then I just proceed.
Can you show us the effects of a unicorn on something? Can you show us a photograph of your unicorn? Of you riding your unicorn? See, we can show you testing, experiments that will prove that we have a unicorn, that we have gravity. But you can't show any testing or experiments that prove you have a unicorn. That's the major difference. Proof.
To tell you what this unicorn does. I say that this unicorn...
I think we know what his furry persona is.
It's very constant. It has a speed of 9.82.
He has a Velcro horn that goes right on that hat.
Meters per second squared. And it affects the whole universe. It keeps planets orbiting. It does a number of things. It keeps you to the ground. Mm-hmm. It does all of these things. Mm-hmm. That's how easy it is to just declare something.
No, that's tested. We just don't declare it. We just don't say, hey, there's gravity. No, we've proven it. We've proven it. The Cavendish experiment proved it. Sorry you don't accept that, but it happened.
And this is what heliocentrists has done. They have declared that this thing called gravity just is.
Yeah. Same way as Anybody who discovers something can declare that that's true. See, when you test something and you test it and you test it and you discover what makes it work, or that it works, or that it is, you declare that. Yeah. Or when you discover a continent, you declare that continent. You declare that land for whatever king or principality you're governed under. Yeah. I think he just learns big words on calendars and uses them.
Now, the thing that I am having a problem with is that, you declare that this thing just is, but there's another thing called density and buoyancy.
Now, we declare that it is because we've tested it to be able to declare that it is. And yes, there is this thing called density and buoyancy, but they are byproducts of gravity. They work in unison with gravity, with gases and fluids.
And this gravity thing seems to have a whole lot in common with density.
Right. Same way that redhead kids have a lot in common with their redhead parents, but they aren't those parents. They're just byproducts of those parents.
Density and buoyancy. See, to me, there's just too much in common so that I can't separate the two.
Take a class, dude. Take a physics class. That'll help you immensely. That will really have. Oh yeah, they do. They get a soul for every, or they get a freckle for every soul they steal. See, if you go to school, take a physics class, you can learn all these things. How buoyancy and density are a product of gravity. See, in order for something to be heavier than something else, gravity has to act upon it. There has to be a vector. Without gravity, buoyancy doesn't work at all. If you go up in the ISS or up in the Vomit Comet, where you can simulate no gravity, oil and water mix. Different fluids of different densities mix. They don't separate neatly into layers. Water doesn't squeeze off of a washcloth. It clings to it. A flame isn't big. It's compressed. It's round. So, I mean, it's easy to get confused about it, but if you study it, if you learn about it, the confusion goes away.
You know what I mean? So this is why, to me, it seems like it should be very important to know the property of this mass.
Right. It's very important to know things, dude. You should probably take that under advisement.
That causes another mass to attract, so that I don't get mixed up. And
you getting mixed up isn't our fucking problem, dickhead. Fucking go to school. Don't be mixed up. Reality, science, doesn't give a fuck about your feelings, dude. Whether you're mixed up or not, that's your problem.
Trying to differentiate density and buoyancy.
Aw, reality's too hard for me. Can you simplify it, please?
From gravity. Because, see, to me, there seems not to be a need for two very identical forces.
They're not identical forces. They're very different. But they work together. The buoyancy is basically like the opposite of gravity. Gravity makes things go down. Buoyancy makes them rise. But it's all because of gravity. And density is how heavy things are based on their size. Actually based on the atomic scale, but on but that's getting nitpicky. But yeah, density and buoyancy don't work without gravity at all. They don't.
Now, what happens is, and what happened when I made the other video, is everybody started going towards magnetism. Well, we don't know why magnetism does what it does. We don't know why.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of things. I don't know why we have consciousness. See? I'm not talking about why. I am talking about the physical property of a substance to do something. I don't want to deflect all over the place and get into all of these other...
Really? You don't want to deflect? That's all you did today, dude. On Jose's channel, that's all you did. Or yesterday, whenever it was. All you did was deflect. Someone would ask you a question and you talk about, no, how can you believe that? You can't answer questions.
Things that don't have anything to do with mass attracting mass. That is a mystery.
No, that's proven. It's a mystery to stupid people.
There's this mysterious force out there that nobody wants to really stop and talk about.
What do you mean nobody wants to stop and talk about it? They run the Caversham experiment nearly every year at nearly every college campus. What do you mean no one wants to stop it? There's fucking classes on it, dude. They're lectures. You can go on YouTube right now and find at least 100 hours of lectures on gravity. Fuck, man. The guy just, I don't think he leaves his house. I just think he thinks about what reality might be, and then he says, well, that's exactly how it is. And anything else is just, that's bullshit, because I know what is what. I mean, fuck. I like for someone to fucking, I dare anyone to show me one video about kittens on YouTube. Because I personally don't even think that they exist. I don't even think kittens exist.
Even Tyson did the same thing. When asked what gravity was, I don't know, next question, see? And then he goes on to explain. Well, yes, we don't know what it does, we don't know what it is, but we can calculate. See what I'm saying? See, so now
No, he said, we don't know what it is. He then went on to say, we know what it does, and we can measure the effects of it, but we don't know what it is. We think this may be what it is, and this is our best bet yet. But we don't know 100% what gravity is. That's exactly what he said, and he's exactly right.
Conversation just moves forward, and we still don't know. Now, the only
you still don't know, because you're still a dumb fuck.
reason that this heliocentric model is being used because they are very successful at presenting this trick.
See, this is why we don't have flying cars right now. This is why we don't have anti-gravity. Because while the entire class got it and was ready to move on and learn new things and maybe progress quicker on in our fucking education, dumbasses like this didn't get it. So the entire class had to stay behind and make sure this guy fucking came up to speed before we went on to other things. This motherfucker is why we can't have nice things.
And using a sleight of hand to get you not to ask the important question. Anybody who looks at Civil Discourse 11 and read the comment section, you will see this sleight of hand being played out constantly. It's just a constant thing with this. It just goes on and on and on, deflecting, circle jerking, more deflecting.
Yeah, we're fucking sick of that shit from Flat Earth, man. We keep explaining shit. You guys don't understand it. We ask you a question. We ask you for proof of something, and you fucking gish gallop and deflect onto other shit and ask us questions to deflect. Yeah, we're tired of that shit. You should fucking stop it.
You should see the long, drawn out explanations of deflecting.
Explanations aren't deflecting. You ask us a question, we explain it to you. Just because you're too fucking stupid to understand it, don't consider it deflecting. Just resign yourself with the fact that you're fucking stupid and move on. I mean, you obviously science is not for you, man. It's obvious, painfully obvious, that science and reality is not for you. So what the fuck are you doing, dude? Go on to fucking Bigfoot and shit. UFOs. Go fuck with UFOs. But the shape of the globe, nah, you're unprepared for this shit.
Now, what is happening here is that there is a few flat earthers who are not falling for the deflection.
No, there's no deflection. Flat earthers do nothing but deflect.
And this is why you are having a lot of trouble now. The fork is in the road for this pseudoscience model because some of us are not budging.
Yeah. Kids will stomp their feet because Santa's real too. But that doesn't make Santa real. You don't think Santa's real, dude. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. This guy's going to be pissed off.
We are not letting you get by this cause and effect. See, science has a cause and effect relationship that has to be established. You can't say...
Yes, it does. And yeah, it does.
The effect of something is the cause of something without establishing that cause. Now,
what is this guy talking about? What's he talking about? What are you talking about, Slick? Spit it out.
This thing called gravity seems to be an effect.
Gravity is a force that affects things. It's not an effect. Things falling are an effect of gravity. No, I'm talking about him. I wasn't talking about kids. I was talking about him. Basically, flat earthers are like toddlers screaming at their parents that Santa's real. If this guy believes in flat earth, odds are that he believes in Santa. Who knows?
But they don't seem to know what the cause is. And their argument is, well, that's okay. Because...
No. That's the effect of gravity. Gravity is a force. It affects other things. You can see its effects on other things. You can measure its effects on other things. We move on because we've already established it. We don't need to prove it, dude. You're the dumb motherfuckers that seem to have trouble with it. So we have to prove it to you so that the whole class can move on and we can evolve into the next step as a society without dumb motherfuckers dragging their heels through the gene pool.
We have the effect. We can measure the effect. And like I said, I have a unicorn.
No, you don't.
See, the effect is the unicorn.
What? The effect is... God damn it. Fuck.
Unicorn weighs things. You can measure with this unicorn. See, anybody can do that. And this is the problem.
Yeah, anybody can spew bullshit, but can you prove that you have a unicorn? Can you prove that your unicorn weighs things? See, that's the difference, dumb fuck. We can prove what we say, you can't. We have math and theory and formulas and experimentation and proofs. What do you have? Bullshit. Rhetoric. That's all you have.
Having with people, I can't get them to understand that anybody can make a claim. The reason for the scientific...
Right. Anybody can make a claim. But not everyone can back their claim up. If you can't back your claim up, you're spewing bullshit. This thing going in and out of focus.
method is to keep people from making invalid claims. And heliocentrism has done just that.
No. See, you're projecting again. You're speaking, you're spewing bullshit and projecting.
So this is why you see them trying to keep on this model game, and you don't have a model. That's another deflection. They say,
no, that's a win. When you don't have a model, you lose. When you don't have a model in a scientific discussion, you fucking lose, dude. Same way a eunuch can't compete in a dick measuring contest.
why, and you don't have. You can't explain why this, so therefore our model works. That is not a valid argument. You can't tell me why magnets work.
Yeah, I can. Can you?
Who cares why magnets work? We can explain.
Yeah, okay. So you can't explain something, so who cares? What a fucked up way to go through life.
The properties of magnets that make them work. See? And also,
yeah, it's the properties of magnets that make them work. That's true. That's no new revelation. He said that like, oh, well, you think you're so smart.
one thing, the last point I want to make is that we are not claiming that gravity is responsible for the creation of the universe. You are.
No. We aren't claiming gravity is responsible for the creation of the universe, you fucking moron. So there's another logical fallacy, fucking straw manning. He's just not smart at all, man. This is not an intelligent person. At all. Sad.
Hello there, YouTube citizens. This is a video today in the My Thoughts series about the non sequitur
It's a short series.
show.
Really short.
I did a video about the Reds-Jaron debate, and this video has somewhat to do with that debate. It's kind of a carryover because of the information that I have received and have been going through back and forth since then. Now, my whole point of that debate was about the fact that they wanted...
Hey, Carl. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Coral.
to present a model, and they wanted to battle Jaron with his model. And as I have been saying before, this is nothing more than a trick, because the heliocentric model is pseudoscience.
No, it's not. Most certainly isn't.
Pseudoscience and trickery and psychics and all of these things go hand in hand.
No, they don't. Not at all.
They don't mean anything. It's just talk.
Oh, okay.
Cannot be...
That's convenient. Well, shit. Wish we could do that with everything. fuck, I'm facing a murder rap. Well, the law's not real. That's pseudoscience. Hey, I'm free.
Backed up by science. See,
Jeez, I took about 30 fucking Xanax. I hope I don't OD. No, I won't, because pills are pseudoscience. See, all better.
so now what they have done, if you have watched them lately, they have gone into damage control.
OD on heroin? Try denial. It works wonders.
Damage control, trying to undo the damage that Jaron did. Now, they've done this in a number of ways. They've had a couple of episodes. They had one with Aaron Ra. He came on.
And fucking ripped Jaron's face off. That was, if you guys get a chance to see that, man, the debate between Aaron Ra and Jaronism is just fucking awesome. Aaron just rips him a new one.
This wasn't a debate. This was just him with the panel,
Yeah,
trashing Flat Earth and Jaron, of course. And then was it last night, I believe, they came on with another.
it was basically a battlefield with Goliath standing in the middle and Jaron walking up without a sling and saying, "Hey man, let's just talk."
Other show. And they had these two guys come on with some more trashing. See, so it seems to me that they're in damage control, trying to repair their integrity, trying to repair this pseudo-scientific model.
Oh, they have no integrity, man. Oh, what? You talking fucking Aaron? Oh, fuck off, dude. More projection.
That is nothing more than a trick. It's just a sleight of hand. Now, let me tell you how this trick works.
Oh, tell us.
I may be repeating myself because I said this in another video. But for those who are only going to see this one, this is how the trick works. You ask them a question. Let's use this very basic question that is very pertinent to the.
See, here's what happens. You ask us a question. We answer the question. We ask you a question. And you ask us a question and gish gallop and deflect. That's what happens. Every single fucking time.
Situation. Now the question is, what is the property of mass that causes mass to attract? Now everybody is familiar with this question. The answer is, we don't know. Nobody knows. But we can measure it. We can do things with it. We can determine things with it. See, so the point that I'm trying to make is, let's just stop right there at we don't know. Now there.
No, why? You just fucking eliminated what we do know. See, that's what dishonest motherfuckers like this do. They cherry pick shit like a motherfucker. This guy must bake a hell of a pie.
Philosophy is that, well, we don't know, but we can move forward. Now,
no, see, you can't move forward. If you don't know something, you got to find out why. You motherfuckers don't know shit, and you're happy with it. But yet you want to say what we believe in is wrong. See, that's the problem. You can believe whatever fucking bullshit you want, but when you say we're wrong because we believe in science, fuck you.
our philosophy,
You know, you can believe whatever the fuck you want, but when you start calling us liars, yeah, then it's personal. When you call science a lie, you're calling the people that believe in it liars.
Our philosophy is that you can't move forward.
All right, here. This is very important what he says here. And I've left him a question in his comments on this video.
Forward. Now, our philosophy, our philosophy.
He's a very, I mean, other than the fact that he's spewing bullshit, he's a very well-spoken individual. He really is. I mean, he can speak very well. He isn't saying anything worth a shit, but he can speak well. I mean, he's got a good voice. He could be on the radio. Couldn't get much. It'd be a comedy show, but yeah, but he mentioned philosophy here, right?
That you can't move forward. See, because now what you have established is this mysterious cause. See, mass seems to have a very mysterious cause, a mysterious property.
Right. And see, he said philosophy. They've got a philosophy, right? Wouldn't a philosophy require belief? A belief system in place to have a philosophy? But yet he doesn't have a belief system. He's the only one on earth that does not have a belief system. But he has a philosophy
that allows it to do what it does. And you seem to think that just because you don't know it, that you can move on. And if I'm correct, I've heard this before.
No, the reason we say let's just move on is because we tell you everything we know about gravity, and you want us to prove something that we don't know. Or else the Earth's flat. That's why we move on. But then we talk about like the angles to Polaris or the equatorial telescope. And what do you assholes say? Oh, let's just move on from that. That doesn't make any sense. Those work on flat Earth too. See, you're projecting again. You're a hypocritical fucking dimwit.
That be something like a logical fallacy. I think they call it. These are not my terms. I'm just repeating what I heard.
You don't know what a logical fallacy is. You're repeating words you've heard. You don't know what they mean.
But I'm asking a question. Is that not a logical fallacy?
No.
In other words, mass causes gravity. We have gravity, therefore mass causes it.
Yeah. That's exactly the truth. That's not a logical fallacy. I smacked you in the eye with my fist. Therefore, your eye is black because I hit you in the eye with my fist. It's not a logical fallacy, man. That's how things work. Mass creates gravity. Therefore, we have gravity because of mass. That's not a logical fallacy.
See, this is what I'm getting from this. See, so you see, the non sequitur show is trying to use their trick, and now what they've done is...
Yeah, it does that to me too. YouTube's fucked up.
They have another debate going on with Awake Souls, who has a model for them. Now, what
No, he doesn't. Awake Souls doesn't have a model.
Awake Souls has done is simply getting their 15 minutes of fame, and they're going to fall for the trick. They're going to be annihilated. Because one pseudoscience model battling another pseudoscience model is not going to be a win.
You're dumb.
You see, all that's going to do is cause non sequitur to say, well, our model defeated your model, therefore our model wins. Dilly.
Right. If the discussion is whose model better comports with reality, and you don't bring a model, you fucking lose, man. And that's what the fucking thing was entitled. That's what it was about. Whose model better comports with reality? That was the entire premise of the discussion, of the debate. But you seem to ignore that part. Would that be because you're an intellectually dishonest, disingenuous, self-indoctrinated cultist?
Really? You see?
What was this whole...
Well, our model defeated your model, therefore our model wins. Dilly dilly. You see?
Dilly dilly? What it... No, I don't see. What is dilly dilly?
The whole panel, the whole group, they'll be sitting, you know, and they'll hold up their beers, dilly dilly, dilly dilly, to the pseudoscience model.
Dilly dilly, what the fuck does that mean? Dilly. The fuck is this guy talking about? To the pseudoscience model. No, it's not pseudoscience, asshole. It's science. You can't just make up your own fucking shit. You can, oh, that's not a car. That's a four-wheel tractor truck. You can't just fucking make up your own shit, dude. Words have meaning. Words are important. You can't just make up your own fucking words for life, man. You can't just make up your own reality. You're a fucking idiot, man. You're an idiot. A fucking dumbass. And I hope you're on fucking one of those panels when I join. Because I will tell you exactly how you're wrong. And I'll be nice. People know me as nice on those panels.
See, this is just a trick. You see, and there are some of us out there that are not going to let you pull that trick. We're just going to expose it.
How are you going to expose it? By just denying it? By just saying, well, I don't have a belief system, so you can't pin anything on me. Is that how you're going to expose it? You couldn't expose anything, dude. You couldn't expose a sheet of photographic paper with a fucking quartz halogen headlamp. You're a moron.
Aaron exposed you guys. I am exposing you guys.
No, you're not. You're not exposing anything, man. And this is, oh, listen to what he says next. I remember this. This is hilarious.
People like Nathan Oakley just exposing you guys. Many more exposing you. Red pill philosophy exposing you.
Red pill philosophy exposing. Ain't he sweet? Isn't that cute?
Many people are out there exposing the trick. So you can have your debate with the Wake Souls and you will win. And you will say, dilly dilly.
Dilly
But we
dilly.
know better. See? So you can get more people with these credentials, because they have excellent credentials. The one guy, he worked for NASA, and the other guy was, I think, NYU professor or something like that. People with these very high credentials, non sequitur seems to think that if they get these people with high credentials to speak, somehow their pseudoscience model has validity.
Yes, experience, learning, being going to, yeah, it has validity, asshole. When you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you have no validity. When you're a scientist with 35 years in the field, or in any other field, like 16 years in school, 40 years experience in on the job, yeah, you have validity. You fucking ignorant, dumb motherfucker.
Validity.
Wow. He's just another dumb motherfucker who's jealous of people that are smarter than him. So he makes up this imaginary world where everything is pseudoscience except what he thinks is real. That's sad, man. This guy is a deluded fucking halfwit. It's sad. It really is. Pathetic.
Sorry, I can't talk. That's just how it goes. People will say that too. Well, you can't talk, therefore, I'm sorry, our model wins. You can't even speak clearly. How can...
No, you speak pretty clearly. No one says they can't prove their point if they can't enunciate correctly. There are plenty of people on it. Fucking Red's rhetoric sounds like he's got a fucking sock in his mouth half the time. I mean, he sounds like he's eating dinner while he talks. There's a lot of people who can't speak. I don't sound like fucking Brad Pitt when I speak. So that's not why we're saying you can't prove your shit. We say you can't prove your shit because you can't prove your shit.
How can you trash our model when you can't even speak clearly? I'm sure that'll be the case.
No, nobody's ever said that. Now, how can you trash our model if you can't prove what you say? Yeah, we say that.
But yeah, that's where I am at with this thing here. I'm bouncing back and forth between these things, comment sections, typing on the keyboard constantly. I'm going to stop all this typing on the keyboard. What I'm going to do is gather this information and just put a video out there.
Please.
So yeah, that's it. And the main thing I wanted
Please make more videos
to bring up is that your pseudoscience model is pseudoscience. Now you can claim it works all day long. Just say that it's pseudoscience. That's all we're asking.
No. Well, that's all you're asking. Just admit that reality isn't real. That's all we're asking. Fuck off, asshole. You're a dumb motherfucker. What an ignorant fuck. That's your whole argument. Just admit that it's not real. Just admit that science isn't real. What a fucking dumb fuck. Holy shit, what a deluded piece of fuck. Anyway, that's this idiot.